Once again, it's time to change out the ceiling fan on the display rack so that I can do a remake of my Hunter Stratford with its new bearings. So currently up here is another early 2000s Hunter. This is a Westminster in bright grass. Pretty good fan. But there's no reason I'm taking it down, just to put more different fans up here. So yeah. It's a good fan. Probably will go in my bedroom at some point. I think I'm going to take it down how it was taken down from the house that it was originally installed in. Take out all the light ropes and the light shades, and then just take the whole thing down in one piece, and I can process it with. I make a video of processing the old fan parts that were up here, or the parts that I haven't put away of different fans that were up here. Since I'm doing that, or that method of taking down the fan, this should be a relatively quick video because the Stratford is pretty easy to install. Stratford is definitely one of my favorite looking 42-inch fans that I own. My favorite two are probably Hunter Stratford and the Hampton Bay Landmark 2 Plus, or the Landmark Plus. I don't know what the difference is with the 3 Plus and all that junk, but I like the Landmark Plus. So now I got the 2 screws in the canopy. Now this is a stupid Hunter mounting system where it's on like a hook. So we gotta hold the whole motor up and hold it from the bottom while I take this screw out here. It's not that heavy of a fan, so should be fine. I just gotta maneuver the canopy off there, but it is able to hang on the mounting bracket, which is a pretty good feature. Gotta look at that. Hunter. Alright. See if we can't get this canopy off here. There we go. That was loud. Oh, I gotta put this in the other room. Over here. Alright, done with that. So now we got this cheesy mounting bracket up there. I have my drill out here already. I didn't move it from the last time I used it. These washers are kind of ruined from these stupid screws. I dropped one of them. Can't find it, which is awesome. I'm gonna look for that and I'll come back in a second. I got the screws and washers all sorted out. So now we can install the Stratford bracket. It is missing one of the big grommet things that it has in there. But I think it should be fine if I choose the right screw holes. Big bracket. It is a bit loose, but I don't really care. It ain't going anywhere, so we're good. So now, I'm going to zoom in up there a little bit. Now we can go ahead and grab the motor. It's supposed to have some stupid hook on here to hold this up while you work on it. But of course mine didn't come with that. Or maybe it did and I took it off, I don't remember. Might have to run a old cord through there because it's not fitting. I can't get the wires through. So let's take, first of all, let's grab some wire nuts. Okay, orange and yellow, whatever. And baseball. The light bulb box is on top of the cords box. Is this the cord box? I don't think so. Here's the cord box. Just gotta find a random old cord to put up there. Here's a perfect example of a random old cord. There, it's good as new. This is the cut off of an extension cord, I think, that broke. I don't really know or care. I just know that we're going to use it. So, so we got to run this. Alright, that should be good. I'm just loop this around and plug it in there, I guess. All the screws are rusty on this, but I don't really care. I think it has a hook. Yeah, it has a single hook for me to hang the fan on. And I'll take any help I can get on this one. So it's got one elongated hole. Yep, that fits good. So I can wire it now. Doesn't really matter which wire goes to which wire as long as I have the light and fan on one and neutral on the other. Because this cord is polarized, but it doesn't have any color coding on it, and I don't really care. So I'm just gonna send it. Alright. Took all the wiring away. I hate the ground wires. Never use them, they just always get in the way. Not the worst mounting system ever. There's definitely better ones out there. but I don't really care. Since this board is warped, this thing is going to hang on an angle, which is fine. And it does have a trim ring too, which I completely forgot about until right now. This screw isn't going in. Alright, now I can grab the screwdriver here. I think it's supposed to have different screws. These definitely aren't the original ones. These are some of the old blade screws because the mounting bracket screws were nowhere to be found. So I hope the trim ring fits because I don't want it to just sit there. Put the logo facing this way. I think I should be able to. Come on. I don't like these trim rings. And it's especially a pain when they're broken. My cat decided to wake up. Well, I guess the trim ring's just gonna sit right there because it's broken. Oh my God, Lennox, shut up. Okay, there's our little wiring arrangement. Works. The bearings are still a bit stiff because they're like brand new. But over time they should work themselves out. So there's the motor hanging up. Now we gotta come onto the floor here and assemble the blades. I don't know what finish I want to do. I just did in the original video of this guy, I did the cherry wood. So I think I want to do the other side, which is like light oak or something like that. And the cherry wood isn't in the best shape. This whole thing isn't in the best shape, but I like it. And I believe this fan is adaptable for different light kits. As you can see, I had to re-drill the holes in the blade because whoever took this down took out the first two screws and just ripped the blade off the end. Like at that point, just throw the fan out in one piece. And it was installed with the cherry wood side too. Or whatever the heck finish that is. Rosewood maybe. There's our beautiful blade with the cherry wood. Or not the cherry, whatever the heck that finish is. We're going to use 2 light bulbs, 2 of these little LEDs. I don't think I've ever seen one of those trim rings for that like mounting system. I don't think I've ever seen one work. Like I went to my friend Tate's house on the 4th of July and he had this exact same fan in his bedroom and the trim ring was busted and just hanging. Or just sitting on top of the motor. there were 3 Hunter Eclipses in my uncle's house, in his old house. Same mounting system, all 3 of those trim rings were not on the canopy. And then at my community pool, there were 2 Hunter Mariners that had the same thing. I don't think they had trim rings originally. They might have, and I just don't remember. But I feel like if they did have them, they were probably sitting on top of the motor. And the cherrywood side of these blades is really messed up. Some of these screws are kind of a tight fit. But I think this was the first blade set that I ever modified, so give me a break. No, there was one other before this. It was a set of Hunter low profile blades. I cut off, it was a set of Hunter Passport 2 blades that I modified to be a set of low profile blades. I just cut off the tip and flattened it out at the end. Just go in. I think I got it. Finally. That took a minute, but we got it. Same thing with the screws on this blade. They're kind of a crappy fit. So I could go back. Oh yeah, that's awful. I could go back and widen out those holes. This blade, I don't even think I cleaned this side of the blades. I could go back and do that. But not really worth it, because this thing's just going right back in storage after I make this video. Because it's not in the best shape to be in my room. It's not really meant for that. It's kind of like, this would be the garage fan. Well, I was talking with my parents, and they was talking about just like having me buy this house off of them. And I would be completely happy with that. I love the front yard for Christmas decorations. I love the basement, it's perfect for the fan storage, and I wouldn't have to move any of them. And I got my drum room over here, like, it's perfect. Okay, all the blades is done. Just sitting there, waiting now. Kind of small. So now we gotta take the switch housing off there. Oh, I hate that trim ring. I might just like put a some double-sided tape in there and prop it. Actually, I have some duct tape right here. So here's what we're gonna do. I wouldn't do this on one of y'all's fans. You can if you want to. There's definitely much better ways to fix this. But I don't got the initiative to do that, I guess. So we're just gonna roll up a piece of duct tape and stick one on each side. And then we can just stick the trim ring up on there. So there's one side of duct tape, or one roll of duct tape. Put the other one on this side. Hey, look at that. We got a nice set fits. Now it's time to take off the switch housing and install the blades and the light kit. I've always been curious what this fan would look like with a 4 light fitter on it. I feel like it would look pretty good. I don't have any Hunter brushed nickel 4 light fitters, but if my neighbors across the street ever replace their fans, I would have 2, I think, because they've got 2 older brushed nickel Hunters. They've got a Westminster and a Stratford 1, the first version of this fan. And like the only thing that changed from the Stratford to the Stratford 2 is like the blade arms. That was it. And the light kit, blade arms and the light kit. But it does look pretty different, so Hunter could have just used that and called it a different fan. Because they do that a lot. Like the Beacon Hill and the Coastal Breeze Plus is the exact same. Or no, it's the Beacon Hill and the Brighton that looks the exact same. And the Coastal Breeze Plus, the Beacon Hill, and the Brighton are all the same fan. They're the exact same specs. They just have a different blade arms and different light shades. The only thing that changes between those 3 models. When I reinstalled that bottom like clip-on piece, it was just a I had to cut the wires and then re-splice them together. But it looks alright. And I mean, you're never gonna see it. Oh yeah, before I forget about this, I'm just gonna take a blade screw from the Hunter original, or a motor screw, and we're gonna fasten this down rod in place. Because it's still loose. There, now it's good. And then we can start putting on the blades to be on the beautiful, disgustingly dirty outdoor filth. I dropped the screw. And who knows, maybe the spin down time will increase like 10 times with the blades on it. I sure hope so. Because it's pretty bad right now. I've only turned it on 1 time since replacing the bearings, but I mean, 1's enough, right? No, I'm kidding. I don't expect it to be perfect. Hunter for Hunter swap out. It's like my bedroom. The amount of Hampton Bays I've had in there completely outnumbers anything else. I think I've had 2 Hunters. Yeah, I've had 2 Hunters, I think 5 Hampton Bays. The first fan that was ever in there, that's original to the house, was a Hampton Bay. Spin down time's not going to be the best. It was a Hampton Bay Southwind, a 90s model. So we had a Hampton Bay Southwind, Hampton Bay Landmark 2 Plus, Hampton Bay Cameron 2, or just Hampton Bay Landmark Plus, Hampton Bay Cameron 2, Hampton Bay Gazebo 2 Plus, Hampton Bay Carousel, and I feel like there might have been one more that I'm forgetting. And these blade irons are still super strong. Normal Hunter standard ones. And in the living room at my friend Tate's house, there's this giant Hunter ceiling fan. It was huge. Had to be at least like 72 inches. And it was an AC motor, so of course it was really slow. The giant ceiling fans that have AC motors just don't cut it. For a big fan like that, you gotta put the DC one in it. They just have more torque. It's easier for them to move that amount of weight. So I don't know what balance is gonna be like on this guy. Hopefully good. Because it was in pretty bad balance when I demonstrated it on the floor. But that was on the floor, and I have to be more careful on the floor because the fan could just fall over. Now the fan can't fall over, so the wobble can be as bad as it wants. And since the blades were kind of warped before, now they kind of slope up. Oh, it's gonna be bad. That's gonna be real bad. There's one blade that's bent up a lot more than the others. It might be warped, it might not be, I don't know. And yeah, Hunter, this wobble-free mounting system, that's complete cap. It wobbles worse than the other ones. But I don't care. I think the wobble is kind of cool. Now we gotta put this removable switch housing thingy on here. Oh shit. The wire nut just popped off. So let me unplug this. Like, why is it still plugged in? And the wire nut just popped off the power. I'm just gonna get all the wiring inside of this switch housing first, and then we can deal with the issues. Like wires coming undone. If anything, I just should have put hot glue over them. Alright. Hey. I'm gonna need to replace the light bulb in here. It's been flickering a lot lately. It's because it's an LED and it's doing LED things. My dad thinks it's so much more expensive to have a CFL down here and wasting like valuable resources. Like, man, they don't do shit. Alright, now let's get the light kit put together. Here's the light kit, by the way. I put this big washer on here just so it's a lot more stable because it was kind of wiggly and I didn't trust it. And the chain did rip at one point and I had to put this connection piece on there. But it's fine now. So here's the switch housing with all the junk inside of it, all the wiring and all that jazz. And this stupid plastic like wire protection piece keeps popping out of the lamp thread. And it's really annoying. I guess this washer really works. It's pretty good. And I can straighten it out once I get it on the fan. But then also in here, we gotta connect these. So this, I guess, can have any light kit you want on it. It just has to have the plugs, or you can cut the plugs off, which is what I would do because I hate the plugs. I could just cut the plugs off and then use whatever I want. So, back up to the fan here. It's a cute little fan. I really like these. It's more of a 42 inch than a 44 inch now because of the blade issue. When did I get this? I think I got this, I don't know, maybe, I don't know, I'll have to check the cleaning and servicing video because that's the day I got it, I believe. It might have sat on my phone for a minute and not been uploaded, but I can still check. Hunter has kind of gotten worse over the years. They're pretty bad now. Don't really like their fans. Pretty poor quality. And I do need to grab some pull chain extension to get that light, or get the fan pull chain to go through there. Go through the light kit. Yeah, I should have some. And if I don't, I'll have to go upstairs and get it. I need to even find my pull chains box. I don't know where it went. Here it is. Yeah, I've got plenty of extensions. Now I need a connection piece. I'll just steal it off this Hampton Bay pull fob. There's not really any pull chains that go good with that fan except the Hunter ones. So I'm just going to leave it off. I haven't seen really any of those like brushed nickel Hunter pull chains. I know they exist. I've seen them, not in person, but I've seen brass ones, the white ones. I've seen the white ones in person. And the brushed nickel. I've never seen a brushed nickel in person though. I feel like they probably made antique brass as well. So now we got this light kit to do. Let me plug the fan back in and see if it works. Let's put it on high and see how bad it wobbles. It's gonna be pretty bad. Oh, maybe not. It is definitely wobbling, but it's nowhere near as bad as I thought it would be. It's moving good air too. Let's put them light bulbs in there. I like these little light bulbs. They're very practical. They fit in many fans. Spin down looks okay. Now I gotta feed this long extension piece through the bottom of this light kit. It's pretty easy. gotta fix that blade. It's bent up. I might have just fixed that. That was pretty easy. Alright, now let's put the globe and finial and all that junk on here. That kit's pretty straight, not crooked at all. The bearings seem to be doing fine. It's a cute little fan. I love how this looks. The Eclipse, though, the Eclipse is my favorite small Hunter fan. It's got a nice low. It's a good looking fan. So yeah, thanks for watching. Replacing the ceiling fan on the display rack once again. And I'll see you again in the next one. Goodbye.